And if I'm being honest, I really didn't feel bad for me because like I didn't need a baby shower. I felt bad for my newborn or for the baby that I was carrying, because it's like this is your family and nobody, I don't know. I just felt like she wasn't important.
Bossy is what bossy does. Bossy is what bossy does. Bossy is what bossy does. Bossy and we bossy now.
Hey friends, my name is Diamond Janae and I'm back with another video. If you're new to my channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Also hit the post notification bell so you're notified every time I post a new video. So before we get into this video, I will say it took a lot for me to record this because you guys are getting like raw emotions and it required me to be extremely vulnerable. Now, being that this is my experience, it included other people, but I won't say any names because this video isn't, the intent of this video isn't to, bring light to situations that I had with other people in this time or to bash anybody. Like, it's just me sharing my experience from a mom, hoping that I can help another mom who may be, going through postpartum or prenatal depression. Like I said before, out of respect, I won't say anybody's name and I'll try and refrain from saying, the titles that they play in my life. Without further ado, let's jump into this video. I've always heard about postpartum depression, but I never knew it was a real thing until I experienced myself. And the reason I say that is because I went 2 full pregnancies without experiencing prenatal depression or postpartum depression. And then it's like I had my 3rd child and boom, it hit me and I was not prepared for it. So now in 2025, I have a 3-month-old. And once again, this is my 4th pregnancy and I'm experiencing postpartum depression. And while I was pregnant, I also experienced prenatal depression. But the first time I feel like postpartum was the start of what caused my divorce. And then everything else was a domino effect until there was no coming back. I would tell my family just kind of how I was feeling. I'm like, I think I might be going through this. And, they kind of brush it off and they're like, we're Black. We don't go through those kind of things. Like that's white people stuff. It got to the point where I felt lonely. I felt like my partner couldn't hear me. So I reached out to other people and it's like, even talking to them, I felt like I was speaking another language. And it ended up getting to a point where I just didn't like anybody in my life anymore and I just wanted a new life. I was actually kind of traumatized from the pregnancy, from the first pregnancy that I had postpartum depression with, because, of course, nobody wants to just eliminate everybody out their life. And I knew that I wanted another child. Like I wanted 2 boys and 2 girls. But I also knew that if I was going to have another child, that it had to be with somebody who their family was, a village where I felt supported, not only in my pregnancy, but after the pregnancy, and just bringing the child into a healthy environment. With my most recent pregnancy, just based off of the things that I experienced in my pregnancy and after, I have to say that I had the opposite. During my pregnancy, literally nobody called and checked on me or checked on how the baby's doing. Like outside of my mom, I talk to her every day, and maybe like a random relative, maybe every other month, like literally one person. I felt myself falling into a depression when I realized like I'm always showing up for everybody else's celebrations and successes and events. And when it comes to me, it's just like, I don't get that back. And I've said that in multiple videos because that's not just a thing that I've experienced in pregnancy. Like that's just in life. Now that is my turn. And this time is really important to me because like this is my last baby. I said I want 1 more before 35. I am now 33 and I got her out the way. But like this is my last pregnancy. It's my turn. And like, where are my people? One of the things that really bothered me and kind of let me down I won't even say it's depression. It was more like I was extremely in my head. And that was because I wanted a baby shower and I wanted, my baby's village to come together and shower her. But I had nobody step up and volunteer to throw me a baby shower. I did reach out to a few people and I'm like, hey, my family is in New York. So it's like, of course my mom would throw me a baby shower, but it would be in New York, and her father's family wouldn't travel all the way to New York to attend. So like, it makes no sense to have a baby shower where we don't live. And of course, like, how would my mom throw a baby shower all the way down here? Like, it would have to be somebody who lives here. So I reached out to a few people, just kind of expressing my emotions without feeling like I'm begging or asking somebody to throw me a baby shower, which I shouldn't have. I shouldn't have had to felt that way. But the response I got from one person just, I don't know, it just kind of dampened my spirits, because I thought I don't know. Anyways, the response was basically like, it wasn't really that person's responsibility to throw a baby shower. Like, that's normally the role of the friends. And honestly, it's nobody's role to throw a baby shower. I feel like when it comes to showering a child that's being born into a family or into a community, like, anybody can do that. And even if, like, you know, the money wasn't there, like, baby showers take place in people's houses. Like, it doesn't have to be anything extravagant. I just wanted somebody to step up and say, hey, let's do this for this new little baby that we have. And if I'm being honest, I really didn't feel bad for me, because like, I didn't need a baby shower. I felt bad for my newborn, or for the baby that I was carrying, because it's like this is your family, and nobody, I don't know, I just felt like she wasn't important. So eventually, I guess my husband kind of felt bad. I don't know. I think he felt bad for the fact that, like, nobody was stepping up. So he decided to throw the baby shower. Like, he bought all the decor. We had a date. We put out invitations. And eventually, I just ended up canceling it due to, like, lack of just feeling supported. It's like, why are we throwing an event to have people around us that don't genuinely want to, you know, support? And it wasn't even that, like, we were begging for stuff or we couldn't take care of the baby's needs, because, like, we both make good money, and yeah, like, her needs were going to be taken care of regardless if we had a baby shower or not. It was just the wanting to sit down and fellowship with family and friends and celebrate the fact that this new life is being brought into our community and our village. I ended up canceling the baby shower because I was already, feeling the lack of support. And then on top of that, like, I was overstimulated by a bunch of other family things that had transpired during the pregnancy. Now my daughter is here, and you guys, she is the sweetest piece of pie. Like, she is everything, and she was what our family needed to feel complete. But now she's here. Everybody wants to see her. Everybody wants pictures. People want to show up to the hospital. And it's like, still the lack of support. Nobody's asking, like, what do you guys need? Like, what can I help with? It's just like, I want to see the baby. I want to see the baby. I had a hard pregnancy, so I ended up having to have a C-section. And honestly, I feel like that was all based on just the stress that I went through with this entire pregnancy. Because I pushed out all of my other children natural, did not have an issue. But like I said, this pregnancy was different. So I had the C-section, and it was something that I've never experienced before, like the most excruciating pain that I've ever felt in my life once the medicine wore off. And my daughter was a preemie, so they encouraged me to breastfeed her. And with breastfeeding, you can't take the narcotics medication that numbs the pain until you get healed enough, to be able to stand and do things normally. So I'm going through pain and taking care of a newborn. So our first week home, my mom was here, and she was like the best, taking care of the kids for me so I don't have to get up, I can rest. She cooked for us, she cleaned, she did everything that a supportive grandma needed to do. But her husband had a death in the family, and she had to leave, so she couldn't stay as long as she planned. So the first week home, it was just me, my husband, the baby, and our kids. And it was rough. We had a really rough week, just getting the kids back in the swing of things, taking them back and forth to school, acclimating them to the new baby. And just me being able to get up and move around and not feel helpless and help my husband with these kids. We did not have any other help after my mom leave or anybody offered to bring a dish, to come, sit with the other kids, or to get anybody off the bus, to help do bath time routines, like none of that. So everything just essentially fell on us, and it kind of made me feel like, okay, well, where's our village? Like, where's our people? Like, everybody has people. So our first weekend home, we were really excited to, spend it with just us, me, my husband, and the baby, getting to bond, because this was our first time being alone. On top of that, like, I'm in a lot of pain from the C-section. I'm not able to take the medication because I have to breastfeed my daughter. And I guess that was an issue because now we're being called like selfish. And it even got to the point where somebody said like, oh, you're not the first person to have a C-section and you won't be the last. And I don't know, it just felt really, So all of this is bringing on depression, and not only depression, but it's bringing on anger, because it's like, this is a family member and there's no kind of empathy or compassion for the fact that like a family member literally laid down on the table and risked their life to bring life to your family. And you can come out of your mouth and say, oh, you're not the first person to have a C-section and you won't be the last. Like, that is very nasty. Still to this day, after 3 months, like, I still feel the pain of my C-section randomly. So it's like, yes, I may have healed and I'm up and, the house is running, because if I don't do it, who's gonna do it? But like, I'm still feeling the aftermath of having this baby. It's really like a type of pain that you can't explain. Like, you just have to have gone through it before. And if you haven't, then you won't understand. So where am I now? I've stopped expecting me out of other people. And I'm at the point where I feel like I have to protect my peace for my children. Like, if I'm not 100%, I can't give them 100%. So that means I can't take jabs from people and internalize that. And then I'm angry and I'm not being 100% to my children because of something that somebody else may have said or something that somebody may feel. Like, I ended up having to cut people out of my life just because my peace means more. And unfortunately, if you lose access to me, you lose access to my children as well. Currently, I find myself thinking back to those 9 months of pregnancy and the last 3 months of postpartum, and I fall into this little depression, or I can't necessarily say it's depression, just because like I am happy with my life. Like, I love my children, I love my husband, and I love the life that we have together. But it's like the outside factors, like who wants to bring a child into that? What we fail to realize is postpartum depression and prenatal depression doesn't solely fall on the mother who's going through it. Like, that is a family issue. The reason I say that is because this woman is bringing a baby into the world that's going to be a part of a family. There is no way that she should be isolated or alone. It's like, why are we so far off from community views or community livings like we had growing up? Like, our grandmothers and grandparents had us all the time. Like, if I have to remember, my grandmother had literally all of her grandkids, and it was a ton of us. And that was normal. Like, our parents got breaks. Our parents were supported. Like, it's like in this time, it's so many parents that are having kids in this generation that don't feel supported. They don't have the village. You have friends, grandmas, grandfathers, uncles, aunts that'll come over and they'll take the baby off your hands. Like, they want the baby, but what they should be doing is letting mom and baby rest. And if they're available, like asking, what can I do to help the family run while you guys get back on your feet? Can I cook a meal? Can I come and sweep the floor? Can I, just whatever it is that the family needs at that moment. Like, we don't need you to hold the baby. The baby just lays there. Like, we need help in other avenues. Now, don't get me wrong, because on a normal day, I don't need anybody to help me run my house. But it's like, after giving birth, Like, moms are so vulnerable. The baby is so vulnerable to like infections, any kind of little diseases from random people just being around. Like, we're in a predicament where we can't help but ask for help, or we need help. Like, I feel like when it comes to me and my family, I am superwoman. If I could have gotten up at day 2 and got up and cleaned and washed dishes, like, I would have. But being the fact that, like, I had a C-section, and I had multiple people who know me say, look, Diamond, we know how you are. Like, I want you to sit down. We are concerned about your health. You need to make sure that you're sitting down and resting for, these 6 weeks so that you heal properly. Like, people are literally dying from trying to do too much after having surgery. But like I said, the issue isn't just a mom issue. This is a collective issue, and it's something that needs to be addressed. And I feel like it's not going to be a problem that I have again, because I'm not having any more children. But I feel for other moms, and it needs to be, we just need that support. All right, guys, that's the end of this video. I hope I said something that helps a mom or a dad that's not really understanding what they're going through, or what their wife is going through, a grandmother, a aunt, whoever. This is my experience, like I said, and everybody's experience isn't going to be the same. But if you feel like you have gone through something similar, I really, really hope that this helped. Please make sure, if you're not already subscribed to my channel, that you go ahead and subscribe now. Like this video and turn on your post notifications so you're notified every time I post a new video. Stay safe, be supportive, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.